If you came on this video just to hate, you could just click off right now. But if you came on this video to give a honest rebuttal and your personal opinion, what you think he did wrong, I could accept that.
Look how much African American communities have suffered under Democratic control. To those I say the following: what do you have to lose by trying something new like Trump? What do you have to lose?
So gang, we back. What's up, YouTube? It's your neighborhood young black conservative here to tell you the 5 things that Trump did to help out the black community. These ain't the only 5 things, and these ain't all the 5 things that Trump did to help out the black community, but these are the first 5 things that I want to do. If y'all want me to do more, if y'all like the list, I might continue on doing more, but I need feedback from the audience. And in no particular order, I'm gonna be covering the opportunity zones, HBCU funding, black unemployment, criminal justice reform, and the platinum plan. Those are not all the 5 things that Trump did for the black community, but those are just some of the 5 things. I might do like a part 2 and continue on with more things that he did for the black community. So without further ado, but before we get into that, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Go ahead, leave a comment if you disagree or if you have anything you want to put more that you believe that Trump did for the black community. But all right, let's go ahead and get into it.
In a few moments, I will sign an executive order launching a new White House opportunity. This is a very big thing that Tim and I and everybody have been working on for a long time. And Revitalization Council. This council will coordinate efforts across the entire federal government to deliver jobs, investment, and growth to the communities that need it the most. With the creation of today's council, the resources of the whole federal government will be leveraged to rebuild low-income and impoverished neighborhoods that have been ignored by Washington in years past. Our goal is to ensure that America's great new prosperity is broadly shared by all of our citizens. Our country is doing better than ever economically, and we're able to do that. I'm thrilled to announce that our new council will be led by Secretary Ben Carson, who is here with us today. Let's see, Ben. Where is our Ben? For decades, job growth and investment have been concentrated in a few major metropolitan areas. This has created a geographic disparity, a very big one in many cases, where some cities have thrived while others have suffered chronic economic and social hardship. With opportunity zones, we're drawing investment into neglected and underserved communities of America so that all Americans, regardless of zip code, have access to the American dream. Thank you very much, Tim. I think that means Tim gets the first pen.
Mayor should get the first.
Okay. Good to have you back.
Good to hear.
This is a big one. Okay. There you go. Will. Don't worry. This is a great thing.
So what I understand from what the opportunity zones was is he's trying to get people that could bring in jobs, people that could bring in investments to bring in investments to lower economic zones, which tend to be black, because a lot of things that people think is racist is more of a class system, because it's more of a people that have and have not, because poor people tend to do a lot of things that are like crime. Poor people tend to turn crime, and black people tend to be more on the poor side because of things of the past that happened throughout the years, and decisions that have been made from parents, and like bad decisions from poor schools, then the drug stuff in the 90s and 80s, stuff like that. But I digress. So with the opportunity zone, he's gonna say, all right, trying to invest in these poor communities, because everyone would we're going to like the major cities, because that's where you could get a job, and that's where you know, oh, there's a factory in the major city, and I could go work at that factory. So instead of like saying that, he's just trying to spread out the wealth so it could go out in more different diverse communities. To me, that sounds good, but hey yo, who am I though? But hey yo, but let's continue on to the next topic though.
Unemployment claims have hit a 45-year low. And something I'm very proud of, African American unemployment stands at the lowest rate ever recorded.
Trump get in that head now like y'all some haters, bro. Y'all just hating on y'all boy Trump, bro. Y'all just hating on your boy Donnie T, bro. Y'all just hating, bro. That's how Trump look at it. Like, let me stop. But for real though, but this is what my thing is. I don't think Bush, Obama, Trump, or Biden really affect unemployment. I don't know how the president really affect unemployment like that. I know like they could do executive orders and certain things, push certain policies, push certain bills through Congress, or try to introduce them in Congress so they could get done. But I believe that's more done through the private sector. I believe what really affected it was the housing market collapsed in 2008 when the housing market collapsed. That not two, I think I forgot when, but when the housing market collapsed, I believe that's what really affected the economy, and then it started rebuilding and stuff like that. I feel like no matter who was in charge at the time, America was like. America's too big and too great of a country to not have rebuilt. It just depends on like whoever was in charge would probably build faster or slower. I believe probably under more of a Republican Congress, not Congress, more of a Republican president, it'll probably grow faster because they'll probably try to stimulate business and stuff like that. While like Democrats and stuff like that try to like try to do stuff for the like people and start get like, oh yeah, here's some money to the people. Like I'm like, that's kind of dumb. I don't think the government should be giving money to the people. They should incentivize companies to better be able to perform so they can give people better wages. That's what I believe because you shouldn't have the government being what people depend on for income. It should be their jobs. Say what you. That's my personal idea. So me personally, what I believe Trump did that really affected the black community over unemployment. I believe the daggone his push for being against illegal immigration because what happened with illegal immigration, where do you think they're gonna go to? They're gonna go into the poor communities. They're gonna go into the black communities because the black community gonna be poor and easier for them to afford when they don't have like those skills or don't have the resources and ability to be able to thrive in this environment when they're an illegal immigrant. So while they're doing all that process trying to get work, they're gonna be working under the table or working somewhere illegally. So they're not gonna be getting the best job, so they're probably won't be able to afford to do afford the best places. So of course they're gonna be in the black environment because black people tend to live in the more poor communities. So to me, being anti-immigration, not anti-immigration, anti-illegal immigration is a better thing to do for the black community than say, oh, they're going what is it called? Unemployment. Because I don't really think the president or even yeah, senators, congressmen, like the government affects it to a certain extent, but I believe it's more so of the private sector that affects the unemployment rate. And how the private sector plays with the government. So it kind of does, but I don't think the I don't think the president really have that effect like people do. I feel like when people see, oh, that president is in charge, oh, okay, they're gonna be better for business or something like that, or that president is in charge. Oh, I better take my business overseas. So I don't really know. I need like more like I need to do more research into that. So I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I'm a genius about that. So that's so far what I came to my idea is like I'm not really sure is like the president actually influences the unemployment. But hey, let's go on to the next one.
So this is historically black colleges and universities executive order, very important to all of us. This group has been fantastic, many of which we were with yesterday, and,
Right.
and really developed something very special. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Mr. Vice President, also, Mike, for being here. This is a very important moment and a moment that means a great deal to me. This month has been a wonderful opportunity to celebrate African American history and to begin working together to create a better future for African Americans and universities and colleges and everything that is African American. Today we're taking action to help make that future happen and that future better. Historically, black colleges and universities are incredibly important institutions woven into the fabric of our history just about like no other. church is very important,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Colleges and universities. Come here. My defender, he's on there. Education has the power to uplift. It has the power to transform, and perhaps most important, education has the power to create greater equality and justice in our lives. That's why today I'm thrilled to be signing an executive order to recognize the importance of historically black college and universities. Very important. They have played such an important role in achieving progress for African Americans and in our nation's march for justice. HBCUs have been really pillars of the African American community for more than 150 years. Amazing job. And a grand and enduring symbol of America at its absolute best. And I congratulate you all to say that.
Thank you.
With this executive order, we will make HBCUs a priority in the White House, an absolute priority.
All right.
A lot of people are going to be angry that they're not a priority, but that's okay. And we will pledge our support to you, your mission, and our shared mission of bringing education and opportunity to all of our people. And so I just want to congratulate, these are very, very special people surrounding me. You've done an amazing job. It's not easy. Nothing's easy. But you've done an amazing job, and I just want to congratulate you all, and I want to thank you on behalf of our country. And I'm going to sign this.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this is really fantastic. Who's going to get that?
Okay, so he's giving some colleges money. So when people was hating on him, I thought liberals love getting free money for college. What's up with that? I'm just playing. But like giving the HBCUs more funding, and I believe he made it renewing annually permanent. That's what I believe he did. That was like different from the previous president with that executive order. But to me, the thing that I believe he did for education for the black community was pushing stuff like school choice, because I believe school choice is the better thing, because the thing that was better to fight against crime and reducing poverty is education. Because if you get a good education and you don't get pregnant, and you don't get pregnant and get have your don't get pregnant, and when you do get pregnant, be you're married by like 23, and like have a job, you could have like only an 8% chance of being in poverty. So like things like that is like a much better thing to me than more cops over on the street. Even though I believe cops do help reduce crime, but I believe education is a better option, because when someone has better education, has the option to say, "Hey, yo, I don't gotta do I don't gotta do fucking some violence. I don't gotta rob somebody. I could do something else." That's just my personal opinion. I believe he should do stuff like another thing. I believe someone that they should do outside like just college. They should push more blue collar and like the military for the black community, because me, I was in the military, and I believe that was a good thing. And one thing, I'm not gonna lie, me being Haitian, I'm not African American, so like the cultural significance for the HBCUs, I don't have that like ingrained in me, like I love the HBCU because like because that's in my heritage. I'm like that's not my heritage, but I think that's still cool and stuff like that. So maybe that's one of the reasons I might have like a slightly different opinion about like HBCUs and another Black American. But hey, let's go on to the next topic though.
We worked across party lines very strongly. After all of the work and effort, we passed the bill, and I proudly signed it into law, the most significant criminal justice reform in many generations. We call it the First Step Act. I sort of like the idea of just calling it criminal justice reform. But first step is good because that allows a second step and a third step, and that's okay, because we can go there too. But the First Step Act proved that we can achieve amazing breakthroughs when we come together as a nation and we put the interests of our citizens before the interests of any political party. Since we passed this landmark legislation, 10 states have followed our lead and passed legislation that takes critical steps to advance criminal justice reform at the state level. We gave it a beautiful stepping stone and some states have come and they've really taken it to a level that you'd be very proud of. And it's only because of what we did that they were able to do it legally and in many other ways.
I hate that criminal justice is associated with the black community. I really do hate that. Hate that criminality, being a criminal, violence, crime. Hate that all that crap is associated with the black community because I'm black. But it is, and the First Step Act was that basically made it so that mandatory minimum sentencing was like reduced, so you don't have like, oh yeah, for this crime mandatory you have to have 5 years, even though this is your first time doing anything wrong, you never did anything before, and you're like kind of a like decent person, you're not like a piece of shit, like you. So it reduced that, and it increases the quality in prison. So like I know the people that go to prison, like, they did something wrong and they deserve to be there. I'm not saying that they need special treatment, but at the end of the day, they're still a person, they're still a human being, and you don't want to like to fuck them up so bad that they can't come back to be a person in society. Because the goal of prison should be, yes, it's a punishment, but it should like rehabilitate you to say, hey yo, you're not being a fucking person the right way. So here's how you be a person. Here's how you behave, and here's something you can learn so you can go into society and contribute instead of just producing BS and harming people and like taking it from society and not giving back to society. That's what I believe the main goal of prison should be doing. I believe like it might be a burden on taxpayer because we shouldn't have to fund them to eat and get an education so they can learn something, do something for, but like you really wouldn't it be cheaper to like if they go to prison, teach them something in prison so that when they come out, they could go into something to do something for society. Like I'm talking about like construction, working at a factory, working at like a coal mine, working at like above ground mine, working in like in some heavy industrial work because like a lot of times those are the places that those people do work because I worked in those places and then those are the places they do work. So I digress. So wouldn't it be better to teach them to be able to do something like that where hey yo, they could get a job and get money and be a benefit to society, or just then get in the prison system, meet other prisoners, meet other criminals, and become better criminals, change ideas, network, and go back into the street with these better and more creative ideas. What do you think would be a better idea? I'm just saying, I'm not a genius. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not. I'm just like, this is just ideas. But all right, let's go to our next idea. Let's go to the next idea, though.
For decades, Democrat politicians like Joe Biden have taken black voters for granted. They made you big promises before every election, and then the moment they got to Washington, they abandoned you and they sold you out. The Democrat Party used you and they lied to you every single time. You know it better than anybody else knows it. The Democrats will always take back the vote. And I'm here today to announce a brand new plan to deliver more opportunity, more security, more fairness, and more prosperity to black communities. We call it the Platinum Plan. Platinum Plan. And that's a contract with black Americans, and it's going to be something that people talk about for a long time to come. If you vote Republican over the next 4 years, we will create 3 million new jobs for the black community, open 500,000 new black-owned businesses, increase access to capital in black communities by $500 billion, build up peaceful and safer urban neighborhoods with the highest standards of, and you know this, of policing. We want the highest standards. We have to have highest standards of policing. Bring even greater fairness to the justice system. We did criminal justice reform. We remember that. Even greater, we will create a national clemency project to right wrongful prosecutions and to pardon individuals who have reformed their life.
So here's a quick little breakdown of the Platinum Plan. 3 million new jobs for the black community, creating 500,000 new black-owned businesses, increasing access to capital in black communities by almost $500 billion, safe urban neighborhood with the highest policing standards, committing to working on a Second Step Act, access to better education and job training opportunities. Like this is just the first half I just read. Like you could finish reading the rest of it yourself and stuff like that. If you could go ahead and pause it. But like, come on now, like people trying to say this man is racist, this man don't like black people, this and that. Like, that's just some bullshit. I could break it down even further, get into it even more, but to be honest, it speaks for itself. You could go back and pause it and go through the bulletin yourself. I don't gotta try to say, oh, he's saying this in his and this is what his first step act mean, but this is what it really means. I'm not gonna try to twist what he says. What he said right there is plain and simple. If you go to like a liberal media and have them like twist it for you, yeah, it's gonna sound messed up because they're trying to skew his work to sound a particular type of way for you to get you to vote a particular type of way. I'm not gonna do that. I just get to you plain simple like how he said it. You heard it from his mouth directly. You heard him like pretty much had him a quote of him doing it. So to say that like, oh, this but well, that's what he said that, but this is what he really gonna do. This is what he really gonna implement. Oh, that's not what the like. I hate when they do that, like, because they'll put out a headline. Oh, First Step Act really bad for black community, and don't like because they know people are not gonna read past the headline. But in this, when they'll say, oh, this is the benefit, but oh yeah, it didn't help out everybody. It only had this much of a benefit, but it didn't have 100%, so it's not good. I'm like. I hate when like they do that to like try to talk crap about conservative stuff. They try like over exaggerate like one thing, even though everything else was just beneficial and stuff like that. That is my personal point of view. But if you want me to make a part two or like extend this video longer, or you have any more stuff that you believe that he did for the black communities or minorities in general, go ahead put this down in the comment below. If you disagree, don't just say, "Oh, I'm wrong." Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. You can't just say you're wrong. You gotta tell me why I'm wrong. But if you made it down to this, if you made here, if you made it in this part of the video, you gotta go ahead and hit the subscribe or at least the like. I'm just saying. But all right, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, hit the look a brother up. Remember, hi, boo. But hey, yo, I'm out of here.
And we're out of here like a screaming herd of turtles.